For the longest time, I've always wanted to get a hold of a computer where I could not only take it to places, but to also be able to work on or even improve upon with off-the-shelf parts I can get a hold of, going as far as making it my own rather than someone else doing it for me. While I've tried getting by with an old broken computer, and although it's able to do some of the things I wanted to do, they usually don't last long, or there's something missing, or I have a tendency to push them to its absolute limits to the point they either break or even scrapping it entirely. But then sometimes experimenting with that sort of thing requires dedication and willing to sacrifice some of these devices in order to find out if it's even possible with whatever limited knowledge you have about said device. And other times I could be wasting money on things that may not last very long. And for some of the more successful experiments, I usually end up sticking with what worked, or I sell off what I no longer need that still works. And for this experiment that I'm showing here would be a computer that I've built entirely by Legos and a couple of other spare parts I had lying around, or I searched for them online in a span of about 4 or so months and trial and error to get to this point, even being handicapped by the fact that it only had an integrated graphics and not a capable enough graphics card to do the very thing I needed a computer for just to get started, as it was no easy task to get everything up and running and still survive, nearly believing that I may have to return parts of the computer as I thought I was regretting my decision in using it as my main system. And here it is, up and running with what I have shown here, with the most unusual setup I've ever built, with Legos that I found online locally, in which I traded some $10 speakers and in return got a box full with bricks that would otherwise cost roughly around $100 for the amount I got a hold of. So I thought I was lucky enough to have more than enough pieces to get this far. Even gotten some ideas while I'm at it. So the computer I'm using for this build is a Framework16 with two 48 gig DDR5 RAM sticks, in which it totals 96 gigs of RAM. And I started out with a 250 gigabyte SSD that I had lying around before I ended up buying 1 terabyte after a month or so, and added one more drive for storage. So I have a total of 2 terabytes in this build, which they're not from the Framework website. As for the screen, I used a NextDock laptop dock, which does not contain a CPU inside and is only just a shell where you can connect it to anything with a USB-C port or even an HDMI and use that to connect to other devices. And I've even tested it with a smartphone as well, in which I end up using for this build, as it's proven to be very versatile for what it can do. And then there's the heat problem, in which running heavy tasks for a long period of time tends to overheat, and if there's no way to cool it down, then the computer's just going to shut itself off in order to protect it from melting, and thus I couldn't really use it for a whole lot. So the most I can do was buy 2 fans from Framework in order to be used for the discrete GPU, in which I end up ordering 3 or so months after I got a hold of the board back in November of 2024. And surprisingly, everything put together, the computer is very well capable if set up correctly, even comparable from my previous build, like a desktop counterpart, in which I end up using for a good while before I obtained a battery for it. So I've been able to run a lot of my video editing software on it. Even making this video on the very computer that I'm talking about and covering on this video, with some caveats, yet it's very much doable since it's running a Ryzen 9 processor. So still to come, there is a lot more that I would like to do with this computer that I have yet to try out. And I don't think this is going to be the final form. This is just what I'm working with until I decide to use a different means to put it all together that isn't made out of Legos. And since at the time of making this video, I do not have a hold of a 3D printer, Legos is what I have in order to make this project possible, as well as a means to prototype my idea on how the computer might be like, where it made the transition from being a really thin desktop-like structure to being able to use it like a tablet slash cyberdeck, if you can even call it that, solely made out of Legos, in which I really liked how it turned out. I'm surprised that these Legos can even handle the heat when given enough ventilation, and from the looks of it, it seems to be holding up very well, as I've tried them on both Linux and Windows, in which of course I'ma continue using it similarly to how I've used the desktop. And hopefully this computer will survive long enough until I get a hold of my next one, whichever that may be. Now, one of the issues I was having with OBS was the fact that it doesn't always run smoothly whenever an update happens. In other instances, I tried to figure out why it was lagging so much, even though it was fully functioning before. Sometimes it would run smoothly and it wouldn't even take half of my computer's resources, and other times, if I forget to not update during a scheduled live stream, I would end up canceling it last minute in order to troubleshoot the problem. Now, it's not the first time I had to deal with issues with OBS, but not to the degree to where I have to switch out different versions. As with the desktop counterparts, I was able to use my setup just fine. Perhaps the way this computer handles it isn't quite the same. The most I can do is ask around and maybe get some help to see if I miss something, or other times I would take a break from working with the computer and do something else entirely, and from that time away from the computer is when I start to come up with some clear idea on what the issue might be. So other than that, that's typically how I usually resolve most of my issues, especially with hardware you're not very familiar with. Video editing, on the other hand, is a whole different story, as I've been able to run most of my video editing software and it seems to have worked pretty well, surprisingly. So I am aware that this computer wasn't exactly built with video editing or even streaming in mind, and even so I still decided to use it that way just to see if it's doable. Now, would I recommend anyone buying this computer right away? Not really, unless you really like to experiment or you have bought into the idea of right to repair and being able to replace your parts for the same price. You probably could have gotten yourself a far better spec'd computer or even a desktop, but in my case I just wanted to really challenge myself to see if I could make the impossible happen, and I do believe it is starting to pay off. So pretty much I got it working for my use case. Also, I considered the possibility of getting into installing other types of modules. For instance, I'm delving into software-defined radios, in which I would like to one day be able to use one in order to see if I could listen into certain frequencies, or even have it as an alternative to the internet for those places where an internet connection isn't present. So it would be perfect for those rural areas in which I have the idea that it may come in handy when I lose an internet connection or even cellular data isn't possible in those particular areas. So it is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And I would also install some additional features later down the line. Who knows, maybe I might extend the functionality of this thing a little further, so eventually one day I may end up replacing the Legos for an actual solid housing, as the Legos are a temporary solution that actually looked pretty good surprisingly. I kinda want to keep it, but of course if I'm going to travel I would want something that's durable and that it won't accidentally break down on me simply because it fell or something bumped into it and a portion of the computer fell apart. And yeah, I could have used glue, but I'd rather not do that, as I would rather have them as is in order to replace parts or change something out without needing a screwdriver. And last but not least, even though I have Arch Linux installed in this build, I've decided to install Windows 11 on a separate partition in order to be able to use software that would otherwise not work under Linux, or even play games that hasn't been friendly with Linux or just won't work due to the anti-cheat that prevents it from running. Although I'm not a big fan of Windows 11, I'll just keep it for when I do need to run software that would just not work under Linux or even some games. So a dual boot setup will have to do until I figure out how to virtualize some of these applications later down the line. So in other words, this computer is definitely going to go through some changes, and it may not stay like this for long. I just wanted to show off that it is in fact possible to put Legos and computers together, and the results do speak for itself. I would imagine how excited I would be as a kid if I could combine the two. So I guess it's better late than never, as shown here. And this concludes the Lego PC tablet build, and special thanks to those that pledged, donated, and contributed in making this all possible. Till then, this is LR7 showing off my Lego computer and logging out.